Hi everyone, we're looking at practice 13 and 14 review today. Going to go through a few of these answers. Please take time to correct and understand the questions you had. All right, so practice number 13. Kate swam a lap in 18.4 seconds. Nemo swam 1/100th seconds faster. What was Nemo's time? Remember, when you're racing, swimming, running, any type of race like that, if you're faster, you'll have a lower number. So I'm going to write out Kate's time, but I'm going to extend it out to the 100th place. So 18.40, which is the same thing as 18.4. Now Nemo swam 0.01 faster, so I just need to take one away from that 40. So Nemo's time would be 18.39. Second one, Kate swam a lap in 18.4 seconds. Marlon swam 0.01 seconds slower. Okay, same type of problem. I'm going to write out the 18.40 to bring it to the 100th place. And I always like to do this to match the other time. Now, slower, if you're slower in a race, your number will be higher. So I just add 1 to this. So 18.41. So Nemo was faster, it's a lower time. And Marlon was slower, so it's a higher time. All right, a little review from our last unit here on the next two. We have it's a five-sided shape. This is a pentagonal prism. How many faces? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle, one in the front, one in the back. 7 faces. How many edges? I have 5 on the front, 5 in the middle, and 5 in the back. So it's 15 edges. Vertices are the points. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the back and 5 on the front. So 5 and 5 is 10. Next one. The width of the cube is 9 centimeters. What is the volume of the cube? So remember, cubes are kind of similar to squares, being that every length is going to be the same. So length, width, and height will all be 9. So the volume of the cube, so length times width times height, which is 9 times 9 times 9. So 9 times 9 equals 81. And then I have to multiply that by 9 more. And you'll notice how I stacked this. So I did 9 times 9 across, which gave me 81, and then I stacked it so I can do my long multiplication here. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 8, 72. So the volume of this would be 729 centimeters cubed. All right. Next one, bigger multiplication problem. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. Remember, we always got to drop the 0. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus that 3, which gives me 59. And then I just add it up. 3, 2, carry that 1, 11, carry the 1 again, 12, carry the 1 again, 6. So I have 6, 2, 1, 2, 3, but I have 2 numbers to the right of a decimal, so my answer would be 621 and 23 hundredths. The decimal has to shift 2 places to the left to match our question. This next one is a volume problem, but we're missing the length. Now remember, length times width times height equals volume. So in order to find the length, I'm going to first multiply my width and height. 6 times 5 equals 30. So to find length, 30 times length would give us 150. So 30 times what can get to 150? So you can count up by 30s. I like to count up by 3s till I get to 15. So how many times can 3 go into 15? 5. So the length would be 5. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Next one is a borrowing problem with fractions because it's subtraction. Remember, we always subtract our fractions first. And on this problem, you probably found out pretty early you can't subtract because 1/8 is smaller than 1/2. So this type of problem, you actually have to do something a little trickier. We are going to have to borrow from the whole number. So when you borrow from a whole number to make the fraction bigger, you cross out the 5, make it a 4, and then you're going to add one whole to this. So really, you're going to add whatever the denominator is, you're going to add it to the top because we're going to add 8/8 to 1/8. So 8/8 plus 1/8 is 9/8. So we added one whole, or 8/8. So 2/2, 3/3, 4/4, 5/5, 6/6, 7/7, 8/8, 9/9, so on and so forth. Those are all equal to one whole. So whenever you borrow, just add the denominator to the top, and then you can do your normal subtraction. And I'm going to change 1/2. So I'm going to change this fraction so my denominators match each other. So I'm going to have an 8 on the bottom, and I'm going to multiply by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. So now I have an easier problem to do. I have 9/8 minus 4/8, which is a good fraction, 5/8. Yay, hard part's done. Now I just do 4 minus 1, which is 3. Sweet. 3 and 5/8. Next one, volume problem. Remember length times width times height. So I'm going to do 7 times 20 first. 7 times 2 is 14. So 7 times 20 is 140. And I'm going to multiply that by 3. So 14 times 3, let's see. 140. If you want to just count up, that works too. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 plus 1, so it's 420. 420. And the label would be feet cubed because you multiplied 3 different things. All right, so that's the top. I'm going to shift down. I'm going to give you guys a second to make sure your answers are all good. I'm going to let you guys do the rounding on your own. I'm going to switch to practice number 13. All right, practice number 14. Similar problem as we had last time. Remember, when you're faster, it'll be a lower time. Slower will be a higher time. So McCoy skated a hot lap in 17.89 seconds. Mr. Smothers skated, obviously, I skated faster than McCoy by 0.01 seconds. What was Mr. Smothers' time? So I just got to subtract 100th from that time. So 89 minus 1 is 88. So my time would be 17.88. And then Goldberg, the goalie, skated 0.01 seconds slower. So his time would be higher. So that'd be 17.90. Goldberg got pretty fast. Next one, division. Pretend the decimal is not there. We can just move it up above the line because it's on the inside, and then solve our problem like normal. 47.7 divided by 9. So 9 goes into 4. Can't do it. 9 goes into 47. Well, 9 times 5 is 45. So that gets pretty close. Oh. Okay, erase that. 45 And then, let's see, I got to bring down my 7. And 9 go into 27. Yes, it can. 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. You have nothing left. Next problem. How many blocks are on the bottom layer? This is kind of hard to see. How many far does it go back? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes 4 across. So I have 4 rows of 4. So that would be 4 times 4, which is 16. How many levels are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many cubic units? Well, if each row is 16, I have 4 16s. I could just do 16 times 4 because my base is 16. So that would be 64. There are 64 cubic units. All right, Reese is printing as many copies of a 16-page story that she wrote as she can. She has 500 pieces of paper. How many pieces will be left over? So a 16-page story. So I'm going to do, she wants to print as many as she can. So I'm just going to do 500 divided by 16. All right, if you don't know your 16 facts, you could have made a list, 16, 32, 48, so on and so forth. I'm just going to go with this. So 16 can go into 50 3 times, multiply, subtract, get 2, bring down, you have 20. 16 can go into 21 time. And look at that, 20 minus 16 is 4. So how many pieces will be left over? Well, my remainder is 4. So that means there will be 4 pieces left over. Don't circle the whole answer because we're looking for remainder only. Keyword there is leftover. So 4 pieces. And Reese was able to print 31 stories. Next one, which number has a 4 in the thousandths place? Well, ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So we're looking for the third number. C, thousandths place, right here. Volume, length times width times height. So I know that 25 times 4 is 100. So I'm going to do 100 times 8. 25 times 4 is 100. And then 100 times 8. Oh, that's easy too. 800. I like it when problems are easy to solve like that. 800 feet cubed. And once again, I'm going to leave you the rounding problems. You can check with a partner if you'd like. Remember, you're always looking at the place value, so rounding tens, underline the place value. Look at the number to the right. If it's 5 or bigger, you round up. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you did well. We're going to keep doing this so we can get ready for the MCA review. Thanks, guys.